Good day, students. Today we are still on circle geometry. We are moving to another rule which says that angles in the same segments. Angles in the same segments. So angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So to be able to use this rule, you should be able to identify what we mean by angles in the same segment. Now, if you look at this diagram, you realize that this angle is touching the circumference. This other angle is also touching the circumference. You know, the two lines that bounded these angles, this angle x1, the two lines, this one touching the circumference. So the little line forming this angle touches the circumference at this point, at these 2 points. So it start from this point, it ends here. So start from here, it move to touch the circumference like this. Start from here, it move to touch the circumference here. So from this same 2 points also, another one touches the circumference. It start from here, touches it here, touch to form another angle here. So it shows that this angle here, x2, angle x1, they are angles of the same segment because they are starting from the same origin. They are starting from the same origin. So the angle x1, angle x2, they are starting from this same 2 points. So it shows that they are angles of the same segment and they should be equal. So angle x1 should be equal to angle x2 because they are angles of the same segment. Now, let's look at this second diagram. Now, if you look at this, so from these 2 points, from these two origin, so that means from here to and this way, from this point, and a line is through like this touch the circumference, another one is through to touch the circumference, forming an angle here. So this is angle at the circumference. You can see both of them start from this point. Now if you look at this angle also, so from here and this point, so this line is through like touch the circumference, another one through like this, so forming an angle here. So this angle and this angle, they are angles of the same segment because they start from the same origin. This third angle also, from this same point, a line is through like this, touch the circumference, another one through touch the circumference here. So this angle also is also an angle of the same segment with this other two angles because they all start from this point. So you can see from this point you form an angle here, from this point you form an angle that touches the circumference, from this point again you form an angle that touches the circumference. So it means angle y1, y2 and y3 are the same because they are angles of the same segment. Let's identify this also. You are having this from these 2 points, so an angle is formed at, so this one and this one, you can see the angle is through to touch the circumference here, this angle here. From this same 2 points also, another one is through like this to form another angle on the circumference like this. From this same point again, another one is through to form an angle on the circumference like this. So it shows that angle z1, z2, z3 are of the same segment because they all start from this same point on the circumference here. So they are of the same segment, they should be equal. Angle z1 should be equal to z2, should be equal to z3. They are angles of the same segment. Now let's consider this example. You are having this. In this diagram, you are told to find the lettered angle. You are told to find angle Q, angle T, R, S, U and V. Now look at it. First of all, let's consider, you can see this is a triangle this way. You are giving this to be 40, you are giving this to be 60 and you are giving this to be Q. And you can look for one unknown at a time. So if you add angle 40 plus angle 60 plus angle Q should be equal to what? 180. That is sum of angles in a triangle. without the reason you are wrong. So you must always state the reason. So your angle Q plus 40 plus 60 should be equal to 180. Why? Sum of angles in a triangle. 40 plus 60 is 100. So Q plus 100 is equal to 180. If you move this 100 to this side, that is minus 100. 180 minus 100 will give you 80. So that means angle Q is what? 80 degrees. Now, for us to be able to get this angle T, look at this angle T it is touching the circumference this way. So it is bounded by these two lines. These two lines start from these two origin. From this same origin, we having another line that goes like this, touches the circumference this way to give us 10. So you realize that this angle 10 and this T are starting from this same origin. That means they start from the same segment. So they are angles of the same segment. And the rule says that if you are having angles of the same segment, they should be equal. So that means angle T should be equal to angle 10 degree because they are angles of the same segment. They are starting from these 2 points. So angle T should be equal to 10 degrees because it's angle of the same segment. Now, look at this triangle. I want to get angle R here. If I want to consider this whole triangle, this triangle like this. So this is 40 degree. So we having here, I'm having two angles joined together to form this whole angle. 60 plus 10, so that will give us what? 70. So I try to draw the circle again like this. So this is 40 degrees. This is 60 plus 10 will give us 70 here. Then you are looking for R. So you can easily use angles, sum of angles in a triangle. So this one give us a triangle this way. So angle 40 plus 70 plus this R should be equal to 180. Sum of angles in a triangle. So 40 plus 70 is 110 plus R is equal to 1. If you now bring 110 to this other side, we now turn 180 minus 110, which will give us what? Angle R is 70. Now, if we got R to be 70, and in the diagram we are told that what this is angle S, so it's what I've drawn here again, angle S. So if you look at this, angle R is bounded by these two lines. So it touches the circumference this way, so bounded by these two lines, we start and end this. So the origin is this point and this point. So that is from this same segment, another angle is formed this way, you see, to form S. So you realize that angle R and angle S, they are angles of the same segment because because of that they have to be equal. Angle S and angle R, they are angles of the same segment. So since R is 70, S also was 70 degrees. Let's go back to the question. So we want to know the value for angle U. And we look at angle U. This is angle U. So the angle U, so is bounded by these two lines, this line and this line. You can see so it stops here, it stops here also. So from these 2 points, another line now touches the circumference away this way, which is 60. So you realize that this angle U, is angles of the same segment with this angle 60. So it means that angle U and 60 are going to be equal because they are angles of the same segment. So angle U should be equal to 60 degrees. Why? Angles in the same segment. Now let's look at angle V. If this is angle V, so these are the two lines, this line and this line are the one that is bounding angle V. So these two lines like this, it moves like this one stop here, this one stop here. From this point again, so this, if we are having another line that forms this way, which is 40. So that is, it means that this angle 40 and this angle V, they should be of the same value because they are angles of the same segment. 40, you can see this V. So V, angle V and angle 40 start from the same point here on the so it means they are angles of the same segment and they should be equal. So it means our angle V should also be what? 40 degrees. Why? Angles in the same segment. When you are having any problem on this type of question, you must always give the reason before you are marked right. Now let's look at this work practice. Now you're having your circle. So this give it an isosceles triangle. This 20, this is A, and this is B. So you find the value of angle A and B. Here also you have your circle. So you're having from this point, you're having three angles originating from that point. Also, we have another angle E here and another one 32. So you are told to look for angle CDE. Also, let's look at this one. So from this point, you having an angle here, you have another angle here. So this line and this line from here to this one are equal. You are told that this is 70, then this is F, this is I, this is H, and this is G. Then let's look at this diagram. So this is angle 65, this is K, this one is 20, this one is L, this is 40, this is J. So you look for the lettered angles. This is the last one. So you are told to look for angle OPMNTRRU. So this one is 45, this is 10, this is 52, this is 60. So you look for the lettered angle. Please ensure you subscribe, like, and you comment on this video. Thank you.